And Bert, so me and you've been talking about this show for a minute, man. Man laws, man secrets, man laws. You see, let me put it this way. I want everybody to understand this is different than that stuff. What's the cat name? Steve. What's his name? Steve Harvey, and all these other cats are putting out here. All this sensitive. It's all the man's fault. All you got to do is just find a good man in the crack curve. You know, we're really not going there. If I understand what you got, we're not going there, are we?
Well, I mean, we can, but I think I really want to just kind of open up the lines of communication because, I mean, there are some stereotypes that I don't believe in, and there are some stereotypes that hold true. And, I mean, I know some pretty extraordinary dudes, but I also know some ordinary dudes, too. And I think the ordinary dudes kind of limit the parameters on what sisters should expect from extraordinary dudes. So if you've been raising a boy all your life and you run across a real man, I mean, it's hard to know how to sprint when you've been fast walking all your life. You know what I mean? There are different rules to sprinting and walking fast. You know, when you walk fast, you kind of twist and you move your hand. You know what I'm saying? But when you sprint, there are different mechanics that you use. So you can't expect to sprint with a grown man if you've been fast walking with a little boy all your life. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, fam?
Ooh. Yeah, that's powerful, man. And let me take the people way back so they don't think that we just came up with this yesterday, bro. For those who don't know, me and Bert go way back, like circa 1985, way back. And, man, we were a different breed in college because we had a lot of time to really sit back and drink some, Cavassier and eat ramen noodles and figure this thing out, man. We was a little beyond our age at that point. And so I say that to say we have been breaking down and kind of isolating the thought pattern and the mindset of the relationships and dynamics between men and women since we were, 19, 20?
Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
That's safe to say?
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say. But the thing I like about it, bro, is you got a lot of people who, and I had this conversation with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey went through a little phase where his wife put him on blast because he came out with a bunch of books. And he came out from a religious and a spiritual standpoint, from his books. But he never quite aired that before he found God, he was off the chain. And so when his wife got ready to put it out there, she was like, okay, this good Christian dude that you all are following, he used to do this and he used to do that. And I think it took a lot of people were taken aback. But the approach that I come from is, I was scandalous. And I did enjoy a cornucopia of women. So, I tend to look at things from a different perspective, but now that I've matured and I know better, I do better, and I'm doing better. And so I come from it from that perspective. I'm not trying to bring no representative to the table. I'm not about to, lie in front like I didn't do wrong. I'm just a dude who did wrong, and now I want to do right. And I feel like if we just open up the lines of communication between men and women and get to the real and the raw, maybe a discussion will take place, and we can just sit down to the table and make some things happen. That's my perspective on it.
Well, as we advertised in a lot of the promo today, this is going to be some insight into actually how men and what men discuss when women that most of the time y'all aren't privy to for whatever reason. And some women are. There are women that men allow in the circle for whatever reason because they earned it or they want them to be raw. They're raw. I know, Bert, but a lot of times you coming up, you did that. I never did because I wanted them to be dumb and ignorant. I'm just calling it like it is, keeping it real. But, well, here's the first question, man, just like me and you chatting. What sisters, you said this earlier, but what should sisters really expect out of us? What should they expect? Should they expect the drama? Or are we supposed to be in line for some reason because they look good or they smell good or, the other good?
So your question is like Like, ultimately, like, really, what should they expect, or what do they expect because of what they've gotten over the years?
Okay, yeah, let's go there first.
Which one? The first
What
one.
What have they been expecting because of the what they've seen and gotten over the years?
Okay. I in my opinion now, like I said, I want to put a disclaimer out. I'm not speaking for all men. I'm just speaking from my experience with my evolution over the years. I think this is what most women expect. I think that most women expect that most men are going to lie. They expect that they're going to be unfaithful because they've been told that their dogs and their DNA says that they can't be faithful. I think most women expect most men to be good adults, but not good men. And I don't think they know the difference between a good adult and a good man. I think that most women expect men to be physical and visual, and I think that most women expect most men to be emotionally dysfunctional.